Good morning, story time. This is going to be a fun one. For all of you that know me, you know how much I love local government and how much they really try and pick up their people and their residents and help businesses thrive. And we just know that that is their ultimate goal, is to make life easier for everybody. So in our last video, we talked about how we signed up the logger. Great. Work with the logger, get the paperwork. He goes, yep, I'll submit the paperwork to the town. I'm like, perfect. This is going so well. So then all of a sudden, I'm in email contact with the town, and the town goes, oh, perfect. So how many acres are you going to take out initially for, stuff that's not going to be tree clearing anymore? And I said, oh, probably about 6 acres. And he goes, okay, perfect. Here's a bill for $13,000. And I'm like, excuse me? Why? And she said, oh, well, because the person who had the property before you put everything in what's called tree growth, that means that they got a tax exemption for this. And I said, okay, what about the roads? And she goes, oh, he didn't declare any roads. And I said, so that means I have to pay a penalty for the roads? Yeah, that's going to be the way it's going to go. And I said, that makes sense. So I did my digging online. I started reading through all the laws regarding tree growth and farm use. Well, in my research, I found that if you convert from tree growth to farm use, you can actually stay in that tax deferred bracket, meaning that I don't have to pay that $13,000 penalty. This is fantastic news for me because that $13,000 penalty would have been a huge obstacle to overcome, and I wouldn't have gotten any of the benefits that I needed in order to be able to move forward. So I'm glad that we did this. Glad that I was able to do the research and figure out what needed to be done. Obviously, I want to pay my fair share when the time comes, but wasn't really thrilled that I had to pay a penalty for something that I didn't choose initially. That's good news. We got all that paperwork sorted out. We're still on progress to get things going in the end of next month. And so we will have more info as these things come up. Have a great day, everybody. Now, I do think that it's super important to note that the lady that I was dealing with at the town was super, super nice and respectful. She wasn't being vindictive or mean or anything like that. She was just doing her job. And her job is just to report the facts as she finds them. So I'm not upset with the town at all for doing this. I don't have any beef with the town. But I am glad that I did my research and didn't just willingly accept this. So the point of this video is not to bash the town in any way whatsoever. The government over there has been fantastic to me so far. As long as we keep playing nice in the sandbox.